getting a walk in. It's a beautiful day, a little chilly, but definitely worth getting out in the sun for it. Cool 50 degrees in Portland, Oregon. I definitely wanted to take y'all on this journey today. Just like I said, this 10,000 steps thing, it's not necessarily an exact number, but it just forces you to be out and about in nature, forces you to move around. I sit at my desk all day, and if I don't pay attention to this, I'll look and I'll have like moved around my entire house just a few hundred steps, which humans, we're not meant to live life like that. So it's important that you get up and move around. It doesn't have to be on a walk like this, but why not when the beautiful sun is out? Walk up to the park. It takes me about 5 minutes to get up there. Walk around in nature a little bit and then get back to work. Thanks for coming on this walk with me today. Just wanted to share a little bit about why I do this. I think walking is the best form of cardio. As y'all know on this channel, I'm trying to get muscle gains. The equation for losing fat is a more simple one than the gaining muscle piece. At first, I used to hit the elliptical, every day when I was on the fat loss part of the journey. But I felt like that cardio is too aggressive for what I want to achieve with my muscle gains. So now most of my cardio comes through walking, and it seems like that's the right equation for me. I think that we still need to do high intensity cardio for our hearts, but in terms of fat loss, I think people are sleeping on walking. I think walking is a great way to get that cardio in without eating into your gains for the muscles. There's a lot of science behind that, but I won't get into it. A lot of what we need to be doing is just moving. So you can get on a treadmill and do an incline, and probably the most efficient way of doing this, but I'd much rather get out in the sunshine. But on days like this, you have to get outside. Even if it's a little chilly, like 50 degrees here in Portland, but the sun's out, so it's not too bad. But as I told y'all, being out of shape, no matter how much success or money you have, you don't feel great about yourself. And, there's a bunch of new drugs out that help people get into shape. I don't think you get the same rewards as you do just taking advantage of the willpower you have, taking the opportunity to prove to yourself that you can do hard things. Walking seems simple and easy. It's not that hard, but making yourself get up and do it routinely every day. I think that's where people struggle, is that consistency component. But if you can do hard things every day, your life just gets better. I don't know how else to say it. You have to force yourself to do things in a consistent way every single day. It improves your mental health big time. I know that the days I don't do anything hard and push myself, those are the days that my mind wanders and struggles. So I start my days off with a really cold shower, as cold as I can get it, for 3 minutes. And that typically sets me off on the right path for the day, and everything's a little bit easier after that point. Walking, definitely not the hardest part. Walking every day to get those 10,000 steps, that's where the consistency component comes in. A little bit harder. The actual activity itself isn't hard. You just got to make yourself prioritize the actions that are going to lead to the results that you want. Hope you are out there loving yourself. Be kind to yourself. Have a nice talk track. Tell your nice things about yourself. That doesn't mean that you're going to not push yourself. You're just going to believe that you can do anything if you set your mind to it. So you're going to do hard things and you might fail at them. But that talk track that you use about yourself is really important to make sure you're staying positive and not being too hard on yourself. Positive affirmations while you walk. Use this time to just have a talk track about yourself. It's positive. Talk to yourself about the things that you love about yourself, that you love about your life. Gratitude. Use this time for focused meditation. But when you can do that while you're also moving, accomplishing steps, it's going to align with your fitness goals. This is your reminder to tell the people you care the most about that you love them. Normally my day gets a little better after this. My mind works a little bit more efficient. I'm more creative, and I'm aligned with my fitness goals of just moving my body. So it's a great form of cardio. Get outside and walk. Hope everyone's having an amazing day today. Even if you're walking on your treadmill, you're moving. Can't stress enough how good that is for your metabolism and getting those steps in each day. And if you can't get in nature, definitely do it. I try not to wear sunglasses as much as possible. It's really important that we get that natural sunlight in us. Typically it's better though to get that sunlight with the sunrise and the sunset. That's where those valuable rays are to help sync your circadian rhythm with the sun. So that way we're waking up and getting tired in a natural way. Obviously that's going to play a key role in your sleep process, which is critical for what we're doing. We're trying to get in shape, lose fat, build muscle. Sleep is going to be critical there. And a lot of that has to do with our interaction with the sun and the light. This time of day is not necessarily the best. Sometimes I'll wear shades to allow me to see a little bit better. As you can see, I squint, but absorbing that vitamin D today, just getting a little bit of sun. Thanks for coming on this walking meditation with me. My favorite park, try to come up here twice a day, every day, getting my steps in. Very peaceful. Sometimes have the entire park to myself. All right, we're getting closer to the end of this walk. I want to thank everyone for joining me today. Let me know where you like to walk. Show me where you like to walk. Let's all join together in this mission to just move. Tell me how many steps you're hitting each day. Let's just try to keep that number going up. It doesn't have to be perfect. Some days I miss. I'm always shooting for 10 to 15K. 15K is really hard. I rarely hit the 15K, but it helps me not settle when I'm hitting 10. I'm still striving for more on the days when I can. I think that's important. But let me know, how do y'all get y'all steps in? You're gonna hear me talk about this a lot, but just try and make sure you're loving yourself. A lot of that comes with being kind, using kind words, having the right kind of talk track about just in life what means the most to you. But accomplishing what you're gonna want to accomplish definitely means be tough on yourself, accountable, but that doesn't be mean. Can't be mean to yourself. So as we're approaching the end of this walk here, I want everyone to take a few minutes to think about what you care about, what your goals are, what you love the most. Start prioritizing the actions that align to those goals. What do you want with your life? If your goal right now is to be fit, whether that means more muscle or a thin waist or both, walking, moving, 10,000 steps goal, that aligns with it very nicely. Obviously, no matter what you do, you're gonna have to eat right, but this helps. It also helps with digestion. So a lot of my walks center around, hey, I just had a meal, let me go walk for 10, 15 minutes. Typically I do that for all my meals, and then if I'm getting a morning walk with the sunrise and an evening walk with the sunset, there's plenty of steps to get me where I need. And that's when I'm sitting at a desk all day. So I try not to make excuses, but allow for a little flexibility. Point is to set up an accountable system for yourself that you can hit every day, but pushes you a little bit harder. So when I started getting comfortable hitting 10K all the time, up my limit to 15K, trying to get to, because that new goal, that stretch goal, you have to have that, or I just kind of became complacent. And your body starts to get used to the more movement that you do. So if you're gonna wanna keep seeing accelerated results, you're gonna need to up that goal a little bit. Like I said, 15,000, I rarely hit it, but I'm always striving to it. Say I get it maybe once a week at that number. But as much as I stress all of these numbers and these big things, just get out for a few minutes and start the process there. So if you're getting out and you're starting your process, you're starting to build the muscle memory you need to where things just aren't as hard. You get used to walking all the time. You got to remember that we're not really built to be sedentary and just sitting down at a desk all day. So go out, walk, get some fresh air, allow your mind to think about what's important to you, have healthy talk tracks about who you are and what you're trying to do, and use the walks for moments of reflection as well as gratitude. Or just listen to some fun music or a podcast. Just get outside is the most important thing. Start doing it for as long as you can, as many times as you can, and build on that. There's no right or wrong answer. Just try to do what you can.